Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I am so glad you're here and I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I have, that's right, you guessed it, another budget knife to share. I saw this one on Amazon. I was like, oh, that looks sweet. And I was, by the way, if you haven't seen this crazy blade, I'll put the little linky-doo up there. This is the Ef928. This is a fun one of the fun ones. You know, I'm going to make a playlist of just the fun knives. But we're going to get in here and see if this is going to be a fun knife. I'm not going to reuse the bag. So, swing, using the official unboxing knife made by Keith the Knife Freak over on Instagram. And here we go. Now, I know when you're looking at a knife online, you can't always tell what it's going to look like in person. You know, a picture does not do a knife justice. I could say the picture of this one looks sweet. And this is the Ef928 Outdoor Flipper Dark. All right, you ready? Let's get in here and see it. Let's see it. And it comes with a stretchy, very odd material for cleaning it. I'm not sure that would be very useful, but let's check it out. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice and clean looking. Oh, look at that big old thumb hole. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm a little excited about this one because wait till you see the blade on this bad boy. I mean, would you look at it? Just look at it. Here's the top. And look at that, man. Jimps for days. This thing's going to have some grippage going on. Nice looking pocket clip. There's two colored, looks like anodized screws, and one of them is kind of like a different color than the other one. Very interesting. Depends on the light, too. Very, very interesting. Look at that. Whoa. Look at the blade stock on that. What do you think that is? I'm going to guess 150,000. That's just a guess. Just a guess. And look at the tip. You ready to see this blade? Are you ready? Are you set? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh, yes. Now look at that. That is sweet. If this turns out to be like the other EF knives, I'm going to like it. I can already tell, and I haven't even handled it yet. Oh my goodness. Would you look? We're going to go up and down, do the fit, finish, action, ergos, all that fun stuff. I'm going to guess the weight, and we'll do the specs in 60 seconds. All right, what does she weigh? Feels like it has some heft. Has some heft. I'm going to go, it's definitely more than the Mannix. I'm going to go with 5.7. And it is 5.67. That is close enough. I'll take it. Okay, let's get you these specs in 60 seconds. Are you ready? Are you set? So your total length from tip to tip is 8.44 inches. You have a drop point or spear point. I guess it depends on your whole perspective. Has D2 blade steel with the satin finish. Your total blade length's 3.64 inches. Your sharpened blade length's 3.4 inches. Your blade width's 1.2 inches. And your blade stock thickness, I guessed it on the head, 150 thousandths of an inch or 0.15. Your thickness behind the edge is 30 thousandths of an inch. So this is going to be a working knife. Your handle is nice G10. Your closed length from tip to tip is 4.8 inches. Your handle width is 1.03 inches. Your closed width at the very thickest point is 1.5 inches. Your handle thickness is 0.68 inches, and you have a flipper or a thumb hole to open it up. And what's in the pivot? Well, we're going to find out because we're going to break it down. We're going to take it apart. And we're going to disassemble it. And it's a liner lock. And the clip is right side tip up only. You have a T8 in the pivot, and T6 is for body screws. And this is the Ef928. Now, at the time of this video's posting, you can get these for about 25 bucks, and I'll put the link in the description for this knife and every other knife you see in the video, including disassembly supplies. I have 10% discount codes to just about everywhere, not just about everywhere, a ton of discount codes, all that kind of stuff. There's linky-doos in the description. If you don't know how to find them, just send me an email, beezblades@gmail.com, and I'll tell you how to get to them. Let's see how this blade is right out of the box. Oh my goodness, this thing feels amazing. And it is sharp. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, mama. All right, let's check out the fit and finish and all that fun stuff. Get up here nice and personal with it. So look at that. Man, that blade is sweet. You have a flat up here. You have the two-directional satin. Oh my goodness, this looks so nice. The only thing that would make it better is that if they didn't have the big EF, you know, just put it up here in the corner, a tiny little emblem. I think that would make it look so much better, so much cleaner. And there you have blue. It looks like anodized for your pivot. And now we'll get into some texture vision. So it looks like it has more texture than it does. I know you guys and gals that watch the channel a lot are used to the way I describe it. So you do have a little bit of texture. It is not as steep as you think. It's just kind of, what's the word I'm going for here? You know, where you go like that. Contoured. I can't call it slick, but it doesn't have a whole lot of texture to speak of. Not much texture. But you do have, they make up for it back here at the jimping along the back. Wow, mama. You can put a big old lanyard in there if you like the lanyard holes. You know, I kind of like the blue accents. Kind of makes it look pretty cool. And you do have a spot. You can put you a lanyard back here if you wanted to. And here's your deep carry pocket clip. Couple of screws, a couple of mushrooms growing in the shade here. And I'm guessing this is probably going to grab the pocket just a little bit. We're going to check here just a second. And then going down the other side. Whoa, let's get in there. So this is, you know, I got to say, I really am enamored by this blade. It's why I bought it. I saw the blade and that big old finger choil, and I was like, oh, yes. And I didn't know this was going to be such a hefty one. This is going to be a work knife. I mean, you're not going to break off that tip. Check out this tip. I mean, it's not messing around. It's not messing around at all. This feels like a very strong work knife. And for the price, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Let's see how it is in and out of the pocket here. So it does stop. You have to push it past that little spot right here. You probably just saw a clip of me doing it. It does kind of hit right there in your pocket, and you have to go past it. So that's something you might want to be aware of. And are we centered? Yes, it is very well centered. Look at that thick spine. I mean, this is a big boy. This is a beast of a knife. How about the lockup? What's the lockup look like? Lockup is good at 50%. No, I can see some ball bearings in there. How about our detent? What's our detent? Oh, nice. This has a, you can hear that. Nice strong detent. It holds the blade in very well. Okay, as always, you guys know I always use the QSP Penguin because so many people have it, and it's an affordable knife, and look at that. It is a lot thicker than the Penguin. And I'm going to lay some out, and you already know the drill. If you've been part of the Beez Hive, I'm going to lay some out. I'm going to do it quick. Here's the QSP Penguin. Got to get you a Penguin. I'm just saying. Here's the KIZER October. So, yeah, this is not a small knife. Not by any sense of the imagination. How about the Spyderco Paramilitary 2? And the Spyderco Tenacious, the one that started it all. Yeah, look at that. Full size. Yes, this knife is more than, I mean, it's better than what I expected. Here's the KIZER Roach. Love this knife. And like I said, I'll put links to all these knives in the description. I know a bunch of you wanted this knife, and it went unable, what's the word? Unavailable. And they're back in stock. So if you want to get you one of these, I'll put this in the description too. This is the Ef928. This thing is crazy. And let's put some more up here. CRKT Polar 3. And here's the Kubi KU335. You know, I was trying to find knives I had with a big finger choy like this, and oddly enough, I really don't have that many. I kind of thought I did, but then maybe those were just ones I borrowed. Here's the CJRB Feldspar. Haven't showed you the Feldspar lately. And how about this one? The Worn Cleaver by Honey Badger. I was like, oh, I found one with the finger doodad. And here's one. Okay, you know that I like the fun knives. How about the CH3531? I found one with the finger choil. There you go. I mean, that right there is the real deal. Take that camping. I'm telling you what. All right, let's check out the action and the ergos, the fun stuff. First, if you haven't become a member or you're not a subscriber to Beez Blades, do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button, and then right next to it, hit the bell button. Right above the bell button, hit all. That way you'll be notified when something comes out from Beez Blades. I don't want you to miss it when there's giveaways or new knives. There's new content all the time, so I don't want you to miss it. So, enough of that. There's my spiel. All right, here's your push button. Pow, right in the kisser. And, okay, so you got to do a couple shakes shut. I'm giving it a couple shakes. What if I just give it a quick shake? Oh, yeah. There we go. And, you know, we'll see. After I clean it up, take it apart, clean it up, it might even be a lot better than that. Usually it improves. How about left-handed? That push button is snappy, and light switch, man, it is fast. This dude, dudettes, I'm liking this knife. I'm just telling you, can we sometimes you can't. It has a strong detent. Can I reverse flick it? Yes. Oh man, it comes out strong, and you can do the whole slow roll. Oh mama. And left-handed, it's really comfortable too. It's, oh man, that pass through, nice pass through. The action is great. The action is fantastic on this thing. And man, does it just, it feels like a tool. It does not feel like a toy. Here's your pass through. Look at that. It is comfortable. I'm not having to dig my thumb in there real hard. I'm not having to use my fingernail. I can use the side of my thumb. It's a little strong. It's not like a super weak one. It's a little strong, but it's not a thumb digger. It's just you have to commit. Yeah, not bad at all. I'll definitely take that. And how about our choil? Just taking a look at our choil, sharpening choil for days. Big old spot for your thumb. And let's go ahead and do ergos. My hand from here to here is 4 inches. From here to here is 3.5. And from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger, 7.25. How does it feel? Oh, yes. This knife is way surpassing what I expected. I was like, you know, $25, it sure does look cool, but you don't know until you get it. And that's one of the reasons I started this channel, is because, you know, I didn't want to buy a knife until someone else had checked it out first. So giving it the old bees squeeze, this is what I'm noticing. Let's see. I'm feeling it up on top here, right here where you see my fingernail. That could be chamfered. If that was chamfered, and you could get a piece of sandpaper, go, it's just a little sharp. I mean, not like sharp hurt, but I'm just telling you places. That's a warm spot. The pocket clip, I can tell it's there, but it's not a hot spot. It's very comfortable in the traditional grip. Look at that. Look at that. Holding, oh my goodness. Check these bad boys out. Has some nice jimping. They're very grabby. They're not gonna let go. You're not gonna slip. Man, they really, I'm at a loss for words. This knife is pretty sweet. I got to tell you, this one's got me excited. It has good gripping. I need to slow down because this knife is fun. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be, okay, good. You're good for utility cuts. It looks like the tip would be up high, but the tip is not that much higher than the pivot. So you're going to be able to do utility cuts. You're just going to have to raise up just a tad, but it's very comfortable in the hand. Very comfortable. Oh, there it is. There it is. I was wondering, some of those finger choils that I have on knives, you can't get a full finger on. You kind of could get just the front of your finger. This one, my whole finger gets in there, right behind the heel. It's kind of like a trigger choil. A new word, trigger choil. So it has a trigger choil, and oh yeah, this is going to be fun for cutting. And this is one where you could take this camping, hunting, whatever. Look at this. It is not a weak knife. This is not a slicer. You know, if you watch the specs, you know the geometry of it. It is a thicker knife. I mean, you might even be able to do a little ching through some, make some stuff to make some firewood, because this dude has a seriously strong blade. Speaking of which, no lock rock, no blade play, no left or right. It feels like an absolute tool. It feels like a fixed blade. It's so solid. Tell you what, let's take it apart and see what's inside, then we'll come back and do final thoughts. Okay, we're up on the chopping block. If you want to take a quick screenshot, this is everything you need to take a knife apart. Get you some of these swabby dobs. I call them lubey doobs. Swabby dobs. I call them doodads most of the time, but you can get down in your knife and clean them out for the most part. And I use them more for the oil. You'll see what I use them for here in just a minute. And get you a Weehaw stubby. This is just the basic. This is the thing you need. And don't go get, I'm telling you, if you go shopping and try to get some bits on your own, you're going to strip them, and then you're going to strip another set, and then you're going to get this set and be like, oh, why didn't I just, do what was recommended? This Weehaw stubby, this is on Amazon. This is on Amazon. I have links to all that stuff down there. You can go find it yourself. You can go through my link and support the channel. It doesn't cost anymore, but there may be some proceeds that go to the channel to help support Beez Blades. Look at there. It works as a separate or an extra bit driver. And if you're part of Beez Blades and you're watching this, I know that a lot of you just enjoy the disassemblies, or you're just hanging out. This is our way to hang out. And I love it that you guys always comment on every video. That is how you support. If you're not a channel member or you're not a subscriber, and I'm going to put a T8 in the stubby here if I can find it. So I'm going to put a T8 in here, and then I have this one here. Now, these should be available. If these are still available, the top spins, if these are still available, there'll be a link in the description. And I make it easy for you to go find all that good stuff, and go to KPL Knife Pivot Lube. I have 10% off discount with them. So you can get your knife maintenance stuff, all these little doodads, for 10% off. But all of you that are part, I'm going to take it apart from the clip side. Most of the time I do take it apart from the clip side. Now let's see if it has a spinning pivot. I have the feeling it's going to spin. Is it going to spin? Oh yeah. I mean, no. But I really do appreciate you all a lot. I know I tell you that a lot, but it's not that I want you to feel appreciated. I want you to know that you're appreciated. And am I unscrewing it from the wrong side? Let's see here. Is this going to keep coming out? What's happening? Yeah, I don't think it wants to come out from this side. Let's see what's going on. It depends on where they put the Loctite. Okay, it's coming out. Yeah, it was being a little cantankerous. So there's your screw with all that crazy anodizing going on. So you can see they have a little bit of thread locker on there. Just a wee bit. And now we have, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to take out. Okay, how's this one going to go? That one breaking free very nicely. Very nice. Doesn't look like there's anything on there. I'm going to set my screws over there so I keep track. And even this mat, there's a bunch of little spots over here you can put your screws in up top. There's some, well, let me show you. There's places where you can put your different stuff. I even put this mat, a link for that in the description. But back to my plug that I don't always get to. Sometimes there's your screw. Are we going to focus? Beez Blades live at the hive. Oh, right. Make sure you don't miss. I'm just so excited. This knife is sweet. I mean, I want to play with this knife. I seriously do. I want to go chop some stuff with it. But don't forget, Beez Blades live at the hive on Friday nights. You don't want to miss it. If you've never been to it and you haven't joined in with the knife community, you don't have to say anything. You can just stop by and see what's going on, and you'll see that it's just a bunch of friendly people, and the one thing they have in common to start with is that we all love knives. And after that, it's adulting, talking about normal stuff, and enjoying checking new knives that are coming out. And look at that, it is well lubed. Let me get my cleaning cloth. There we go. I just have a piece of microfiber cloth that I've cut into little pieces, and I put some rubbing alcohol on it because it evaporates quickly. And it's very nice for cleaning stuff up. So let's see, is this going to pop off? Yes, this is coming off really easy. Very nice, very, very nice. But yeah, the reason why I tell you all that I appreciate you so much, there's more than one reason. Just like if I repeat something you've already heard in a video like right now, if you're watching this disassembly and you've heard me say things before, there's a reason. It's because we have to remember, you have to remember, I have to remember, you know, when did you find this knife community? When did you find all these new knives? Look how well milled out that is. Look how clean. I mean, it was clean before I wiped it off. But there's people that are new to this knife community every day, and this might be the very first time they've ever seen a knife disassembled. And you want them to know what's going on. You want them to feel welcome because they are welcome. Now you can see the top here. Oh, look at those beautiful ball bearings. That's what I'm talking about. So those ball bearings are facing inwards. The open side's facing inwards towards the blade. So we're going to remember that. And this is one way to remember. See on the scale here how there's an indentation? Usually the open side. See, this is what we call the closed side. Here's the open side. Usually the open side almost always tends to point into that indentation like that. So that's one way that I remember, not necessarily a rule that it has to be that way. Now look at this. I unscrewed it from both sides. Brother. Let's get this cleaned off. And there's your, you can see the burnt end right there. I don't think that's going to affect any part of your blade. But there's your detent hole, and then see the detent track. We're going to put some KPL heavy on that. Get this dude nice and cleaned up. But if you haven't came to Beez Blades Live at the Hive on Friday nights, stop by, say hello. You know, if your favorite knife is one you got at the gas station, we may have a suggestion for you. We may have maybe a better idea of a knife that maybe will sharpen better. Well, will sharpen better, I'll tell you that. I'll guarantee you that. But you'll get all the good ideas, all the help, all the questions answered that you have. You will absolutely love this knife community. And here's the other side. So when I unscrewed it, both sides unscrewed. So what I'm going to do, just to make this easier, is I'm going to screw this side back in like that. And put him back through here, just so I don't have more pieces sitting around. That's the last thing I need, is more pieces. Now this right here, this spot is the stop pin. And you know what? We'll go ahead and clean this off. Get down in there. Make sure we've got it all down in the nitty gritty. There we go. There we go. Now I'll put this dude back on there. I'm just putting it straight through, and then I'm putting the stop pin back. And I love how I lose my train of thought. You guys make fun of me, and it's fun. It's all in good fun. I mean, you know. And, you know, sometimes people do get on and you know, I get a Karen from time to time. I don't mind. I've got thick skin. By all means, you know, give me your opinion. I don't mind at all. It doesn't mean I'm going to do anything because of it, but so I'm going to get some KPL original. Love this stuff. I'm going to put some on my doodad here. And I'm going to put some on around the inside of the pivot right there. And then I'm going to put some just around the outside. And then I'm going to do it on this side. There we go. You don't need a whole lot. Let me get a little bit more. This seems to be a pretty easy knife to disassemble. Now, as far as disassembling, you will find, at least it seems to be the case, that when folks get into collecting knives, and by the way, these Eafengrows are fun to collect. And you know what? It looks like, yes. So inside here, that is a washer, a thin washer spinning around. I'm going to show you. I mean, I don't really have any reason to take it out, but there's a washer I just noticed spinning inside there. Can we get a hold of it? I mean, it is stuck on there. See there? I'm just going to leave it like it is. It looks like it's a, well, you know what? While we're at it, let's clean it out. Yeah, there we go. Looks better. Clean the washer too. We'll be thorough. Get my little swabby daub. Put a little bit on the inside there. Hold that washer down. Hold it steady. There we go. Well, how about that? I noticed when I was putting the KPL in there that it was moving. I was like, okay, I just saw something move. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put some on this side. Just like that. Put some on the inside, so we're looking good. We're about ready to put it all back together. Yeah, are you ready? All right, so I'm going to put this facing, see the pretty sides? These look like steel ball bearings. They are steel colored. Let me check. You can see they stick to a magnet. They are steel. Steel! Put that dude back in there. And, you know, I often will get a comment, which I always appreciate it, when you guys catch things that I miss or I do backwards or something like that. If I do, this usually looks upside down on the camera, but I do have it facing outwards towards the scale. Let's put the blade on here. And it's going to go back together rather quickly. And I already have this side lubed. I'm going to put this dude facing out. Now, did I put some... yeah, just making sure. Just making sure. Because you guys will call me out if I don't. And you know what? Let me go ahead and put some KPL heavy. All right, let's see if I can do this without being heavy-handed. I'm going to put a drop right here in the detent hole. Yes. And, ooh, that's not too bad. Not too bad. I'll take it. It's easier for me to not be heavy-handed with the KPL heavy because it doesn't come out as quickly. You know, sometimes it's nice when it doesn't come out as quickly. Did I just say that? Let's see. Put that dude there. Put a little lubey-doob on those little bearings. You know, for steel bearings, this thing is pretty impressive. And I have to say, I am thoroughly happy with my decision to buy this one because it is, wow. It is a beast. It is a beast. You know, a lot of the knives I review are, you know, the typical EDC size. This one, whoo, it is not messing around. So is everything clicking in where it's supposed to be? Let's feel. Does it feel like we're all clicked in before I put it back together? Let's see here. Let's close it and see if everybody feels like they are clicked in where they're supposed to be. It feels good. Feels good. Can't wait to see you all at the live stream. Got some exciting stuff to share with you. And I love what you all share with me. You know, that's one of the big things about this knife community is I love how you all share stuff. So this side is not wanting to screw back in. So I am going to have to, brother. I'm going to have to put, oh, there we go. Now we go. There we go. Very nice. Oh, and it's going to center right up. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. But I really appreciate how you all share new knives. You see, you know, I cannot possibly work my full-time job and then I spend another, whatever, 30 hours a week on the channel, and I can't possibly keep up on all the new knives coming out. And you guys know that this channel is mostly about budget knives because, well, it's my budget. They're mostly under $100. Now, I do sprinkle in some nicer ones, from time to time, because I think all of us, even us, all of you that are in the budget knife world, you have a nicer knife or two you've got on your mind that you're like, man, I really would like to get that one, or you're saving up for it. So I definitely share the nicer ones, but I appreciate when you all show me new knives. You're like, hey, did you know this was coming out? Did you know that was coming out? And that's something that we talk about on the live streams too. And by the way, I know all of you that are watching this up to right now are all aware I do random giveaways all the time. And this may or may not be one of those videos where I give away. Am I screwing this in the wrong spot? What am I doing? Look what I did. Sitting here talking, I put the screw in the wrong hole. Put it in the wrong hole. I just said that. There we go. Now maybe I'll have somewhere to put this other screw. Oh my gosh. So you saw how easy it was to take this apart, but see how quick I lose thought? You lose what I'm talking about. This may or may not be one of those. Make sure you always comment in every video, because I do random giveaways just for people that comment, because when you comment and you do the thumbs up, it does mean a lot. It's a way of supporting the channel and the work that I put in for it. When you do the thumbs up, it helps YouTube to know, okay, this might be a good video. We'll let some other people that like knives see it, right? So let's see how it feels. Are we solid? We're very solid. I probably over tightened it. Let's back it off just a wee bit, just a hair, and we're still solid. Are we centered? Yes, we are centered. All right, let's go to the big screen. And we're back. So, some thoughts about this knife. The action is very smooth. It definitely, I mean, it's smoothed way up. Look at this. It is a lot easier to shut now that it's been cleaned up and lubed a little bit. The action is superb on it. It has a great detent. It's not going anywhere. It has multiple deployment options. You can choke up. You can get all the way up in there when you're doing your cuts. Oh my goodness, look at that. All the way up to the blade. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. This is a solid knife. So if you're wanting a solid knife, like 25 bucks, are you kidding me? All day long. I recommend this all day long for 25 bucks. If you like a bigger, more solid knife that fills your hand, and maybe you have a bigger hand, look at that. If you have an XXL hand, it's going to fit on this knife. You know the size of my hand, and there's plenty left over. It's not hot spotty. I mean, even giving it the Beez squeeze, it is not bothering me. Just a little bit of warmth from the top. It's absolutely comfortable. It has great jimping. I love it. I really do. I am so glad I got this knife, and it looks very nice. I mean, every knife you buy these days looks like another knife that's already out there. So, you know, that's kind of a moot point at this point. Oh, wow. This thing is so smooth now. Oh, wow. All right. So let me know what you think about it. And if you don't have any opinions about the knife, well, you already know. Tell me what you had for breakfast. Are you having breakfast right now? If you are, have a great day. And if you're at lunch or dinner or whatever, I hope you had a great day. I want you to feel fantastic, be positive. And until I talk to you again or see you at the Beez Blades live at the Hive, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.